Croatia will join the list of countries that travellers to the UK will have to quarantine from after visiting from this Saturday. The same will also apply to Austria and Trinidad and Tobago, and the same will apply to Switzerland if you're travelling from there to Scotland. It's all because of rising numbers of virus cases. I'm joined now by Mato Franković, who's the mayor of one of the most popular tourist destinations in Croatia, Dubrovnik. Very good to talk to you. Very good evening, Mr. Mayor. Thank you for joining us. Well, tell us how big a blow this decision by the UK government is to the economy of your wonderful city.
Good evening. For now, more than decades, the British citizens were #1 visitors to Dubrovnik. So the decision of British government really will definitely influence on Dubrovnik tourist economy. I have to point it out that we are a COVID-safe city. We have a very low number of COVID-positive persons, and not even one tourist in Dubrovnik was not designated as a COVID-positive person. So we did try to speak up with British government to point out Dubrovnik as a region to try to exclude us from COVID rule that was implemented on all Croatia, but we were unfortunately not successful in that. But anyways, I do hope that those British citizens that will want to come to Dubrovnik will come, and I want to send a very strong message that Dubrovnik is a COVID-free town, and it's very nice to enjoy in Dubrovnik these days.
So it's interesting you tried to talk to the British government to have Dubrovnik exempted, similar approach taken by the Spanish government and some of the Spanish islands as well, but to no avail. Tell me though, are you hearing of already cancellations taking place from British would-be tourists in hotels and villas and flats?
Absolutely. Immediately after the decision is made, and that was today, 5 afternoon, Central European time, the cancellation started immediately in the hotels, in the private apartments, but we are not losing hope that there will be some of the British tourists that will continue and that will come to Dubrovnik and that will find Dubrovnik as a nice place, as they did find it for the years before. Unfortunately, we were pleasing and praying that one of the exemptions can be COVID negative result upon arrival in the UK. Unfortunately, that rule was not implemented. This rule would help us a lot because then someone that is on holiday in Dubrovnik, if it's negative, and according to the numbers that there are now in Dubrovnik, there is almost 99% certainty that someone will not get a COVID disease here in Dubrovnik. So therefore, we wanted to have that COVID analysis as proof instead of 14 days of quarantine.
So, I mean, that is being discussed here in the UK, particularly at Heathrow Airport, having testing when you arrive back and then testing perhaps 5 days later to cut the quarantine period down. Did you have those discussions as well with the UK governments and other nations around the EU?
Absolutely. I have to point out that we were very successful with Germany. Germany, of course, already targeted some of the different parts of Croatia in the red zones, but not all of the parts, just 2 regions that are actually red alert zone. Dubrovnik is, as I said, very low in COVID positive persons, and therefore Dubrovnik is okay place to go to come from Germany without any quarantine, without any testing, and etc. This is why I was constantly pointing out that regions should be approached differently, because definitely we are doing our best and we are doing social distancing, and throughout the COVID crisis from March to now, we really have things under the control. So this is why we are very sad that unfortunately they didn't hear us. But again, the message to the all people from UK market, please come to Dubrovnik. Dubrovnik is very nice in this time of year, and Dubrovnik is waiting for you.
It's worth the quarantine, you say. Just tell me briefly, if you would, Mr. Mayor, what has the economic effect been with or without UK quarantine on the businesses in Dubrovnik?
Definitely 50% down. UK market is a very strong market, and as I said, it's number one. And it's interesting thing, the number two market is Americans. So there are no Americans this year at all. So we really rely pretty much on UK market. So it's going to be a great financial shock for the city of Dubrovnik.